Halo Pak Anam.
Halo Bu Widya.
Halo.
Ya Bu, jelas nggak? Is that clear enough?
Halo, bisa mendengar suara saya tidak?
Bisa dong, sangat jelas sekali.
Mau coba dulu ininya, apa share screen dan lain-lain, coba dulu aja ya.
Halo Mbak.
Ada kendala.
Dengar suara saya nggak Bu Widya?
Oke,
Halo?
silakan dicoba dulu aja.
Share screen kayak anak-anak yang nanti share screen, jadi saya nggak pakai apa namanya media PowerPoint.
Oh begitu, oke.
Soalnya nanti itu mungkin ini aja ya, apa namanya, semacam rundown. Jadi kapan hari itu kita udah bikin rundown tentang acara ini. Tak bukain dulu.
Oke, mau coba dulu.
Ini
masuk sini aja, kurang masuk. Nah, ada siapa? Iya. Coba dulu aja.
Nah,
belum.
Kira-kira akan seperti ini Bu Widya acaranya. Jadi jam 9 kita mulai, terus kemudian ya ada apa ya, ada introduction sedikit lah dari saya terkait acaranya apa, terus ya mungkin pengenalan sedikit. Bu Dini join nggak atau ngasih speech nggak?
Sebentar ya, tak tanyakan dulu ya.
Bentar aja buat ikut speech, apa kasih speech.
Halo, jadi Bidin ada acara sebenarnya jam 9, tapi kalau acaranya belum mulai, Bidin akan menyempatkan dulu. Gitu.
Oke, bentar aja,
ya,
paling
nanti.
Ya 5 menit lah buat itu, buat speech, terus boleh ditinggal. Terus kemudian apa namanya ada jadi mahasiswaku itu presentasi tentang social skill itu sendiri apa sekitar 15 menit. Baru kemudian
itu yang nanti, di jam berapa? Yang tadi?
Jam apa itu?
Yang di jam 9.15 itu tah?
Iya, itu mulai acara intinya.
Oh iya, oke.
Jam 9.15 sampai 15 menit ke depan, kemudian disambung sama Madam Samsiah. Jadi ngasih feedback atau tambah informasi terkait social skill. Baru nanti ada Q&A, terus ya udah closing.
Oke. Terus sampai 10.25 closing sampai 10.30. Oke.
Ya kan sampai 10.30 ya. Jadi waktunya kira-kira pas lah. Nggak yang terlalu lama atau juga nggak terlalu cepat.
Betul. Berarti nanti apa enggak pengen nyoba dulu jenengan itunya share kayak audio sama video. Soalnya kan kemarin ada kendala yang dari Malaysia. Terus kan akhirnya dibantuin dari pihak Bu Anissa. Nah, jenengan coba aja. Share apapun mungkin video sama audionya. Terserah dah. Biasanya nanti beliaunya mau nge-share itu tentang apa? Malaysianya, tentang kampusnya mereka. Cuma karena mereka nggak biasa pakai Zoom, jadi bingung gitu.
Aku punya video apa nih gini ya? Ini masalah nggak pakai laptopku.
Zoom nggak apa-apa. Kok Zoom, YouTube aja. YouTube apa-apa. Kayak yang penting gambar dan audio keluar aman.
Oke.
Take part in any.
Oh wow, I'm so nervous.
Oke, good. Udah masuk.
Gosh, these lights are so bright.
Terima kasih. Betul.
Oke.
Soalnya nanti kalau beliaunya kesulitan karena memang mereka nggak biasa pakai Zoom. Jadi kemarin nge-share linknya aja ke kita, minta tolong. Sudah datang beliaunya, kita sambut dari sini. Yeah, are you ready?
Halo, assalamualaikum, Madam Samsiah. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Samsiah. How are you today?
Morning. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Thank you so much.
Okay,
So what about you?
your time.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
It's such an honor having a class with Madam Samsiah.
I don't expect too much. I'm just
No, as what I have told you that actually maybe we're gonna have some research in terms of educations.
that would be interesting. Inshallah, inshallah. We try to work out on that. How many students are we going to have this morning?
Actually, I'm inviting about 100 students.
Oh yeah.
There it goes. Yeah, more or less, it might be around 100 or more, maybe, Madam Samsiah.
Oh, okay.
But they are so excited to learn from you.
And I also would like to find out their performance. I believe that there will be performance from your students, right? Pak Anam?
Yes, of course. We will have one group to present the social skill, and then later on we need your feedback. I mean, more information or knowledge about the social skill itself.
Okay, very interesting. Yeah, looking forward to that. Yes. So where are you now, Madam Samsiah? Are you at home or in
office?
In the office.
In my office.
Yeah.
So you guys? You guys at the office as well?
Yes, yeah, at the office as well.
Right.
Now because the government is already we can go to the office and we get option to wear or not to wear mask. So like most of us are coming back to the office now. So a lot of traffic jam in the morning. How about in Malaysia?
Same actually.
Same as well.
Okay, traffic jams back to normal.
Back to normal, correct. Yes.
Right. It was not normal when you don't see the traffic jam. But now it's back to normal. So you will see traffic jam every day. Yes, especially in the morning, right? People are rushing to go to work and then to schools. And fortunately, this week is school holidays. This particular week, school holidays in Malaysia. So the traffic jam is reduced a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. In the morning, because a lot of students normally, a lot of parents sending their students. That's why.
Their children. Right.
Can foreigner come to Malaysia nowadays, actually, Madam Samsiah?
Sorry, Pak Anam, what is it?
Can foreigner come to Malaysia?
Foreigner?
To visit Malaysia?
Can.
No more quarantine, right? No more quarantine, and you just need to download the application Sejahtera, My Sejahtera.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that's My
so you can come. Maybe next time, what you can do is you come over to Malaysia, we go over there. Right?
Yes, we are looking forward to go there and going sightseeing. The other time, Madam Jacqueline showed us the picture of the mosque, a very beautiful mosque in Kedah.
Right, Masjid Zahir, I guess. Masjid Zahir, right? I think that will be the one. Usually, if in Kedah, we will show that mosque because it resembles the one in I'm not so sure in the Middle East. Okay, because the architecture of that particular mosque really looks like one in the Middle East.
It is very beautiful.
And I'm looking forward to go there as well to Indonesia.
Yes, please come to Malang. Malang is very cool, very cooling. The city. It's you need to fly to Surabaya. I think there is a direct flight from Kuala Lumpur to Surabaya, and then you can take like a car ride for 1 hour. Actually, go by highway, so not that far. So we welcome you and the group with Madam Safina as well. Yes. To come here to Malang. Okay, thank you so much. I will hand over the floor to you and also to Pak Anam. I hope our students will learn a lot from both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bidin. Yeah. We still have 3 minutes for waiting the students. Madam Samsiah. So sorry.
Yeah,
Maybe we can
sure.
start at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay, can we start it now, Bu Widya? Okay. Yeah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Greeting from Malang, Indonesia. My name is Anam. I am the lecturer of University of Merdeka Malang. Here we are attending the collaborative teaching program initiated by the International Affairs Office, University of Merdeka Malang, and also Universiti Teknologi Kedah, Malaysia. It is great the opportunity for the both university to share knowledge as well as cultures. In today's occasions, we also invite the very experienced lecturer from UiTM. She is expert in English for specific purpose as well as educational management, and I believe that she will give us a lot of her expertise and share them to us today. She is Madam Samsiah binti Bidin. Hello, Madam Samsiah. Good morning. And also attending this program, our partners in International Affairs Office. Good morning to all the partners, Bu Widya, Bu Erlika, and Mas Vicky. And first of all, I'd like to say thank you to the International Office because providing us this great program. And also, I personally hope that this program should be continually conducted to gain more experience, knowledge at the same time. And of course, as what I've been mentioned previously, we both have a lot of knowledge to be shared. We both have a lot of cultural differences to be known each other. And this kind of program is one way that make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, starting this topic, I have questions to the all audiences. Have you ever gone to the restaurant, cafe, or any kind of the food shops? Or have you ever gone to the hotel? I believe that maybe all the students did. And the second question is about have you ever felt uncomfortable to what staff serve to you? Or have you ever analyzed on how the staff performs? Those kind of questions are linked to what we're gonna discuss today. It's all about social skills. And shortly, social skill is the skill that we need to have when we want to deal with people, friends, and also environment. Like any other skill that people may have, social skill is needed to be trained as well. The more we practice, the better we are. This is why I also have invited the students of University of Merdeka Malang, majoring in tourism department, to talk about the social skill, starting from what the social skill is, how many kinds of elements in social skill, why it is important, and also how it can be conducted. Being skilled means that we have the capacity to achieve a particular objective. Social adaptive, politically speaking, are the example of being skilled socially. We believe that we're going to have to analyze is somebody skilled socially before we compare the result of their performance. As I previously told you, being skilled socially needs more practices, but we can have starting point in being skilled socially by interpreting the basic elements of behavior, that is body language. And how it can be trained? It can be trained by having a lot of face-to-face conversation and also interactions. Talking with others, chatting are the example of how we can train to have a social skill. And ladies and gentlemen, I also need to mention that our today's program will be divided into three main parts. The first part is the presentations done by the students, and the second part is the explanation from the expertise, Madam Samsiah binti Bidin, and also the last part is the Q&A sessions led by myself. Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, and we now move to the first part of this program. This is presentations. And the students, take your time, please. Nabila, Wika, Sasha.
Thank you, Mr. Anam.
Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nabila Raisa from Merdeka University Malang, Indonesia. I'm here with my friend Ellen Zuninda, Agustin Puspitasari, and we can hear our presentation. What is social skills? Social skills involve combining the elements in such a way to modify other people's attitude. Social skills are the skills that use communication and interact with each other, both verbally and non-verbally, through gesture, body language, and our personal appearance. Social skills are also referred to as interpersonal or soft skill. For the next chapter to be presented by Ellen Sasha.
Thank you, Nabila. Behavior. There are 7 elements that we must do when meeting other people for the first time. It is made up the following elements. The first is self-presentation. It is the way we dress and look because it is a reflection of ourselves so that we can already know or judge who and what we are like, so that we can already know before we even open mouth or telling who we are. Second is position. It's the way we position ourselves when dealing with someone. For example, as in the picture of a customer standing in front of the receptionist right in from the table. Third is posture. It's the way we give distance to the other person so that the other person is comfortable with talking about us. For expression, is the look on our face that must always smile friendly and show that we are enthusiastic and interested in the conversation itself. 5. Eye contact, very important to do when are dealing with a conversation with someone or the other person, because it indicates that we are focused on the other person we are talking to. Here, there are 3 types of eye contact, namely business gaze, concentrates on the eye and forehead. Social gaze, move between the eye and mouth of the interlocutor, and the intimate gaze that move between the other person's eye and body. 6. Speech. How we communicate is very important, such as greeting, offering help, and the way we greet someone by calling sir or madam. 7. Nonverbal speech element is how we convey word of or intonation, the high and low tone of voice when greeting. And the next capture will be presented by my partner, Agustin Puspitasari.
Okay, thank you, Ellen. Here, I want to present about how today's behavior element combine to form social skill. Here there are 5 elements. First, position and posture. Position is one way we position ourselves when dealing with someone, for example, learning forward and facing their partner. And will posture in the way we give distance to the other person so that the other person is comfortable when talking to us. And second, gesture. A public speaker must start in a natural position with a perfect attitude, such as hand by the side or in a way of which indicate agreement, such as nod. And this will make the public speaker always open and naturally ready to make gesture or movement, the speaking a certain sentence or define it to make the sentence stronger in meaning. Third, smile often. No, with a smile can make a first impression that can make other people feel comfortable around us. This is a very easy first step to apply to that your effort to be a charismatic and fun person when you are with the other person. Fourth, loss of eye contact. This is very important to do when we are dealing with and cheating with the other person, because this usually show not only interest but also liking and can also give the impression of being focused on the other person when talking to us. And last, interest in other person. Praises with demonstrate and interest in other person, concentrate on common interests, and adopt the other person terminology and convention. The next slide will be presented by Nabila Raisa.
Thank you, Augustine. Why social skills are important? The first is effective communication. The ability to communicate effectively with others is a core of social skills. Effective communicators make outstanding leaders because they can clearly explain a project and its goals. The second one is listening, active listening. Active listening are typically well regarded by their coworkers because of the attention and respect they offer others. For the next chapter, to be presented by my friends, Wikenur.
Okay, thank you, Nabila. So the third point is respect. And respect. Aspect of respect is knowing when and how to start communication and respond. You can also show your respect by using your time with someone else wisely, and this includes staying on topic, asking clear questions, and responding fully to voice concern. And the fourth is empathy. To interact well with others, it's important to understand how they are feeling. Showing empathy can lead to your coworkers confiding in you and asking for your guidance. And the last is conflict resolution. Conflict resolution is the ability to get to the source of a problem and find a workable situation. Disagreements and dissatisfaction can arise in any work situation, and it's important to deal with these setbacks calmly and professionally. Thank you. So that's all from us. Then we're back to Pak Anam.
Okay, thank you, students. It was a great performance and presentation for social skill. And before we start the Q&A, we're gonna move to the our speakers, Madam Samsiah, to present about the social skill. But before that, I'd like to introduce to you guys who is Madam Samsiah. Madam Samsiah Bidin is one of the senior lecturer from UiTM Kedah, Malaysia. She is very experienced in blended learning or mobile learning, educational management, English for specific purposes, and teaching English as second language. She has also published a book entitled Reading Blockbuster, and it can be the reference of our students, or Indonesian students, I mean, where we stand on the middle level on reading itself. The book may give us the tips on how we can find reading. And besides lecturer, she is also being the content reviewer and language editor in Voice of Academia in UiTM Kedah, Malaysia. And now, without no doubt, I invite Madam Samsiah to present social skill.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Anam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and good morning, especially to all the students that are attending this particular session this morning. And first of all, I really would like to thank Pak Anam, and also Merdeka Malang University for giving me this opportunity to share a little bit of my knowledge. It's not that much. I was actually impressed by the presentation of your students. It seems like, wow, I don't have anything else to say. They have actually covered most of the things that I'm going to say. All right. So it was a good presentation, and it seems like your students, they know up to this particular stage. I would see that they know social skills. What does it mean? So that is actually good already for a start. Okay. And then as this particular event, it is a collaborative learning, teaching and learning. So in that particular context, I feel that I have a lot more to learn from you people from University Merdeka Malang. As I told Pak Anam last night, that he asked me for the CV, and I was wondering, should I give this CV, because I couldn't find a shorter one, okay, because that one was actually a compilation of my work throughout my profession as being a teacher at schools. Okay, for several years, for 7 years, I was in secondary school, boarding school, and then in 2002 I joined UiTM Kedah. All right, so it has been more than 20 years in teaching field for me. Right, and not to say that I really have a vast knowledge, vast experience, and I believe that those my colleagues, Pak Anam and the other lecturers over there, they are all knowledgeable as well. Okay, so what I have here that I intend to share with students of University Merdeka Malang would be something that I usually share with my students as well, and I hope that you gain something from that. And I don't actually intend to give a lot, okay, because my scope, when I take a look at the list of topics, it seems like okay, this one to a certain extent is actually related to what I'm teaching, my own students, even though they are not actually the students of tourism like you guys. My students, because in UiTM Kedah we don't have tourism faculty. It is in UiTM Terengganu. Okay, it's over there. Okay, and but then still, when we talk about social skills, it is actually a skills that is very much required on our part as human being. Okay, so I would like to share my slides, and again, another thing, I would like to stress here as well, students of University Merdeka Malang, if you throughout my presentation afterward, if there is anything that you are not here, you need further clarification, do not hesitate to raise your hand or maybe to ask question. Okay, you can straight away ask your question. Okay, this is what I usually say to my students as well, because sometimes when I start with my presentation, all that I can see from the screen in front would be my slides only. Yeah, so I do not know whether yeah, when we talk about social skills, the best one is you are able to see the person that you are talking to, because you can learn a lot from their expressions. But when you are in this kind of channel, right, online like this, so it will be very hard. It seems like you in our term, yeah, in Malay term or bahasa Melayu, we call it shot sendiri. Okay, shot sendiri. Okay, meaning you feel that you are actually doing very good things. Okay, so everybody will be able to understand you or what, something like that. So okay, straight to the point. Yeah. Okay, I would like to share this. Okay, with you guys. I hope that you can see. Can you see my screen? Pak Anam?
Yes, we can, ma'am.
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now we are talking about social skills. Social skills. The topic, yeah, that supposed to be my focus would be stating the facts of social skills. So the keywords here is the fact. Okay, the word facts that capture my attention. So that means I will be looking into some factual things regarding social skills. Okay, so so what I have gathered, yeah, what I have prepared for my presentation, for my presentation today, will be looking into the factual things related to social skills. So hope that we now if I miss certain things, yeah, Pak Anam, please, you are welcome to add any information. If you feel that my anything that I'm sharing with you is misleading, you can always correct me. All right, Pak Anam?
Okay.
Okay.
Step.
All right, so this is the first fact. Okay, I think you should understand that we are human beings. Okay, we are human beings and we are sociable creatures. God created us as sociable creatures. Right, this is the first fact before we move into social skill. Why social skill is very much related and very important in our life. Okay, the first fact is because we are human beings. And what does it mean by that? It means that we want to be known. We want to be heard. We want to be understood. We want to share our emotions. The day that we were born as a baby. Okay, that's why I have a picture of a baby here. Yeah? On the day that we were born, we want to we want to gain attention already. Okay, what did we do? We cry. So crying for babies is a form of communication. Okay, of course you cannot figure out any syllable there, right? But what you can understand that a baby is actually trying to communicate something, trying to say something. Okay, so trying to get himself or herself to connect it with or with his surrounding, and especially with his or her parents, right? And babies might be crying because of many reasons. Okay, it could be because of she's not feeling well, or maybe she's hungry. So whatever it is, crying is actually already a form of communication, a form of social skills that the baby is portraying or showing to others in order to get attention. And as we grow, our scope of our social scope would be much bigger. Okay, and in that particular context, we develop many ways to communicate messages, to communicate our thoughts, our feeling to others. Okay, that's why you have the many forms of communication. Here you have the verbal, non-verbal, those kind of things, and then the gestures, like what being shared by the students just now. Yeah, those were very interesting. Yeah, it seems like some of the things have been captured, has been explained by your students, Anam. So I will just keep certain things. So this is the first fact. We are human beings and we cannot run away. Definitely we cannot run away from social skills, right? Right, next. Okay. Social skill is goal directed. What does it mean? It means that there is a reason, there is a purpose why we actually improve, why we actually work on our, our social skill, right? Okay, the main thing is actually to communicate and to interact with each other. That is the most, I would say that is the main or the core reason why we actually really focus on this social skills. Okay, so our social skills is a mean for us to achieve our goals in our life. Okay, so how do we do it? Okay, we do it through verbal, non-verbal, gestures, body language, and even our personal appearance. If you were to look at all these symbols, I believe the young ones, like the students of University Merdeka Malang, you are very, you know what these symbols means already. Okay, I'm not that young, but then I start to learn of all these symbols, especially when we start being exposed to the online learning. I have to get involved with all this social media like TikToks, Instagram, and this kind of things, you know. Okay, just to expose myself to the kind of learning platform that students really like to learn. Okay, so this is a form of communication as well, right? By having this kind of form of communication that people utilize in order to achieve their goal, right? And personal appearance, all right? Something like if you were to look into this particular picture, certain companies, they decide to have specific, what we call this, a uniform, okay, that they wear to work, right? Like if you're working with the airline system, that will be very obvious, whereby you can see people wearing uniform, yeah. And if you are in the army, if you are in the police, you are in that particular category, so definitely you will see that is actually representing their company. They are actually, when they wear those kind of uniform, they are actually representing their company. They are the ambassadors of their company. Okay, so to a certain extent, the impression that people get from even the attire, by looking at the attire, people have some impression already, okay, of what kind of person that they try to, what kind of behavior, what kind of attitude that these people will be actually having, okay, or practicing, okay, in their life. Okay, most probably not in their life, not all the time, but usually during their work time. Okay, if it is very much related to their work, during their work time, you know that, okay, at this particular time, these people will be behaving this kind of in this way, okay, in this particular way. Why? Because of the attire that they are wearing is actually grooming them, okay, grooming them to be having certain specific attitude or behaviors. Okay, so that is the power of appearance. Okay, the power of appearance, it gives the impressions to others. So that is actually goal oriented as well, goal oriented by the company. Okay, right. So your social skills, whether you realize it or not, it is actually goal directed. Okay, how much that you intend to improve your social skills, it is actually goal oriented, goal directed. Okay, so you might not be aware that it is goal oriented, but it is. Okay, it is, especially when you are when you start working, right? When you start looking for a job, or if you are in that particular context, definitely you will be dealing with a lot of people, and your means of communicating to others is through social skills. Okay, and then this is another fact. Okay, innate skills. Okay, I put a question mark there. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, it means that this particular skills, some says that it is innate. Okay, some I would like to bring into evolutionary psychologists. Yeah, they says that we are born with basic connective skills. So basic connective skills. So meaning to say that we were born. Okay, we are born with the abilities that we can interpret expressions. We can interpret gestures. Okay, gestures of others, hand movement. If you put your thumbs up, we can understand what does that mean. Yeah, and then we can by looking at the faces, we know what the person is actually feeling. Frowning, you show a silent face, an angry face. So we have the ability. Okay, the psychologist, the evolutionary psychologist says that we have the ability to interpret all this. Okay, and then we also have the ability to distinguish plants from animals, distinguish living thing from non-living thing, and even to acquire language. Okay, and however, okay, it is innate at the initial stage. And the biggest influence in a children, in any children from beginning is actually their parents or the caregivers. Caregivers could be their grandparents, the other siblings. Okay, so the children, the biggest influence for their social skills would be their parents or their those within very close in their surrounding. Okay, if they're staying with their grandparents, so the grandparents, the influence of the grandparents can be seen there, right? And then, but somehow as we grow, as the children grow, yeah, and the scope, their social scope is actually getting bigger, and this social skill is said to start to evolve. Okay, start to evolve. What does it mean? It means that you start to be aware of whatever things that you are doing. Okay, you start to be aware of how you interact with others. Okay, so as I stated here, yeah, you start to be aware how you communicate with others, because you know that if I were to say this kind of things, bad things, the other person who I'm talking to will be affected by what I'm talking. Okay, or whatever things that I'm saying. So you become more concerned of that. Okay, and then you need to be aware of your messages as well. Okay, and I know that the young ones today like to share a lot of things through Instagram to TikToks. Those are the form of messages as well. Okay, whether you realize or not, some whatever things that you write, or maybe in the form of your attire, or maybe whatever whatever kind of video that you are actually showing, it will give your audience certain messages. Okay, and they will definitely interpret your messages, and the way they interpret your messages you cannot control. Okay, because that is a social media, and when they respond to you, only then you know how they are actually being affected by your messages. So you have to be careful, right? Be careful in the sense that that your message, your messages do give certain impact to the one who receive it. I mean the receiver. Yeah. Okay. So so what is happening at this particular time? It is that when you are at this particular stage, you are already evolving. Okay, your social skill start to improve. How does it improve? Okay, it improves in the sense that you see the impact of your message or your language, whatever that you are, whatever means of communication that you are using, might be your gestures, only gestures. So because of that, you can detect, because one good thing about us being human beings, we have this what we call mirror neuron. Mirror neuron means we can detect their feeling. Okay, if we are actually face to face, we can actually detect their feeling. How do we do that? By looking at their facial expression, by looking at their somebody mentioned about their postures, their positions, their eye contact, and all this will indicate something, indicate some indirect message to us. We learn, okay, we learn through all this, okay. And then at this particular stage as well, when you are evolving, your social skills is actually developing, okay, you need to understand that you need to improve your communication or your social skills. How to improve? You need to understand the method that you are using in order to communicate, whether it is effective or not, it is efficient or not, because an effective communication happened when you have one particular message, and when you relay that message to your audience or to the second person, to another party, that particular person understand the message the way that you want it to be understood, and then the platform that you are using or the methods of communication that you are using is considered as effective, meaning people get 100% like what you want them to understand. Okay, so this is about developing social skills. Okay, and we started off having these innate skills, and then we evolve. This is the I think the third one, the fourth. Okay. The fourth element, okay, or the third element, the third fact, okay, that in that particular context, so we can understand that we can improve ourselves. Okay, right, next, practice. What does it mean? So your Pak Anam already mentioned about practicing the social skills, and even the students did mention about this, and I do agree. Okay, if you have understood just now that our social skills are evolving, it is they are evolving, meaning we are making changes to our social skills, right? And as we grow, as our social scope become bigger, definitely we have to acquire much better, much stronger social skills. So you need to practice, because if you don't practice, you do not know whether the present social skills that you are having are they actually good, are they actually effective for you to achieve your goals. Okay, and then yeah, as I listed down here, yeah, this is just a few. There's a lot more. You can find a lot more from yeah, we have Mr. Google, yeah. So you can just Google, yeah, how to practice your social skills. I just bring this few. Okay. So the first one, let's take a look at engage with others. So what does it mean by engaging yourself with others? So you have to start to have conversations. Okay, you need to have conversations. Don't stop that. If you really want to interact, especially those students of tourism, yeah, you will be meeting a lot of people, right? In your field, yeah, you will be meeting a lot of people, and in your career later on, inshallah, yeah, one day, yeah, you will be dealing with many people. So you have to start from now on. Engage yourself in conversation with others. You can start small. You can start by having conversation with friends, with family, with then later on with your if you start working with your co-workers, and then you will realize one day, yeah, that different category of people that you are talking to, you need to apply different, most probably similar or different social skills depending on the person that you are talking to. So meaning to say that if you are talking to your superior, okay, if you work later on, you are talking to your superior, your boss, okay, will you be talking the same way that you talk to your mother or your father when you talk to your boss? Definitely not, okay? So you need a different social skills. You need different, even the language that you're going to use, right? It has to be more direct, more polite, okay? Yeah, to a certain category, to a certain extent, yeah? And even the social distance between you and your boss will be different from you and your colleagues. Okay, you and your colleagues, you can, if you were to look at this one, yeah, you might be seeing that, you might be feeling that, even from this picture, yeah, you might be interpreting that this lady most probably is someone of a higher position at the office. That's why this particular guy is actually showing something. Or it can also be they are colleagues, okay, meaning they are of the same level, right? So how to develop this, how to know this, when actually to apply, when actually to make sure that you have a bigger distance between you and the other person, or a closer one, meaning you reduce the gap between you and the other person. So how to know this? So all this requires experience. Okay, you learn a lot through experience. So how you gain the experience is through practice. Okay, so from your practice, you just don't get involved in certain conversations, okay, or certain conversation with just anybody, and without you reflecting into yourself. You need to reflect. Okay, how was I just now when I taught this to my boss? Okay, did I manage to convince him of my idea? Okay, the way I presented, is it convincing enough? If it is not, why is it so? Okay, so all this requires you to have, you need to reflect on your own social skills. Okay, whether it might be because of the language verbally that you're using, or maybe non-verbal, most probably would be your own gestures. You are not, you do not take care of that. Okay, you are not being particular about that. So most probably next time you have to be more particular about that, because some people, they feel uncomfortable if you are too close. Okay, you are standing, the social distance between you and the other person is too close, so they feel uncomfortable. So you need to understand that. How to understand that? By looking at the signals. Okay, you need to look at the signals, how they respond indirectly. Okay, they might not be telling you, excuse me, can you please sit for a little bit far away from me? Usually people don't say that. Okay, but you can detect those messages from how they portray indirectly. Okay, most probably from their facial expressions, or maybe the way they are standing and their postures and so forth. All right, and then start in a small way. Okay, start in a small way. It means that it's about the same thing. You get engaged with people, and then you interact in a daily basis, meaning every day. Like you students of tourism, yeah, I think it's very crucial for you to do a lot of acquaintance in the sense that to develop your own social skills. So engage with people in a daily basis. So let's, for example, you just go to a shopping complex. Maybe you initiate some conversation with the cashier, right? And then try to have a look at how the persons respond to you. So all this, you are learning it through experience. Okay, right? If I can recall, yeah, what yeah, I would like to highlight this because Sayyidina Ali, radhiyallahu anhu, karamallahu wajhahu, said that he once says that the best teacher is our own experience. Okay, the best teacher is our own experience. So in this particular context, if you were to improve your social skills, your best teacher is actually for you to experience it. Okay, you learn a lot through it, because from my speech today in class like this, we will touch on theories. Okay, these are all just theories. Okay, the reality is out there. Okay, you have to go out and experience it yourself. Okay, and then observe co-workers' social skills. This is another thing that you can actually do. Okay, in your context, you are not working yet. Yeah, you can still observe your friends. Okay, I'm sure that by now you have realized already that some students, when they present, usually during presentation, they manage to convince well. They manage to convince the audience very well. Okay, and they have certain charismatic. Okay, and you adore, okay, those skills. So what to do then? You observe and then try to apply. Try to apply the same things that the person is actually applying during his or her to improve his or her social skills. So you try to improve your social skill by applying the same skills. So most probably that particular person is using non-verbal communication effectively. Okay, maybe in the form of vocabulary. Okay, the language itself is very good, so you might want to improve on that. Okay, some people, they are so good in terms of their language, but then they fail to actually utilize those knowledge the language to the utmost. Okay, so in that particular context, and also to apply the other aspect of communication. Yeah, so through your observation of your classmates, for example, yeah, you can pick up certain skills that the person is actually utilizing it or using it, and they seem to be very effective. So try to apply those. Okay, and you try to apply why you have to apply it, so that you can actually know whether it's going to work the same way as it worked to your friends. Okay, whether when you apply that particular skills, you are going to be is going to be very effective for you in relaying your message. Okay, so again, experience. Okay, it is experience. You need to practice, right? And then develop listening skills. So if you to look closely to the first 3 points here, they are more on the speaking skills. Okay, your ability to you utilize your speaking skills. Okay, in order to practice your social skills. And then the last, the fourth one that I highlight here is the listening skills. Okay, so you practice your listening skill. When you practice listening skills, it is not to just listen or without actually being active. You still have to be active. Okay, develop listening skills here is you are listening at the same time you are being active listener. So how is it that you are active listener? You have to make sure that you try to maintain your eye contact with the person who is talking. So if you would like to try this, you will see whenever you are you can see the changes of the person who is actually talking to you. If you were to maintain the eye contact, the person will be motivated in a way to talk and talk and talk with you. If you start to look around, look at other places rather than looking at that particular person, and then you can see that the person is actually trying to slow down. might not continue with conversation anymore. So this is also a skill, okay, a skill whereby you need to develop in you. Okay, when you listen, you maintain the eye contact. You use non-verbal communication like nodding. Okay, you nod to indicate that you agree to a certain extent, that, or to inform that the other person that I am listening to you. I'm still listening. Okay, and I'm interested to know more. So that is actually very helpful to the other person. Okay, in the sense that he or she feels that yeah, the person you are interested in what you are talking, what he or she is talking, right? So when we talk about this social skill, don't forget that listening skills is also important. Okay, and if, let's say, while you are listening, you start to look around. Now, the other person, the person who is actually talking to you, will have certain impression already on you. Okay, so who is at the losing end at this particular stage will be you. Okay, it will be you, because you are not the one who is considerate enough to listen to others. Okay, something like that. Okay, and then find social skills resources. What does it mean by finding social skill resources? Meaning materials. Okay, what kind of materials that you can actually refer to in order to gain your knowledge? Okay, you can read books. Okay, I know that kids nowadays, they do not really like to read books. They prefer to read from social media. No problem. Okay, but then make sure the one that you are referring to is a good one, and academic, and really help you to improve your social skills. And there's a lot. If you look into YouTube, there will be a lot of information that you can actually learn related to body language, active listening, networking, all those elements which are very much related to social skills. Okay, so it doesn't actually, on how to practice, it doesn't end here. There are a lot more ways that you can actually apply in order for you to practice social skills. Okay, I hope that if you have applied certain practice or certain way of practicing, you can always share with me afterward. Yeah, right. This is another element which I find it very to me. I feel that this is the core thing. This is the core thing of social skills. Okay, that's what it is said as the social foundation, emotional intelligence. Okay, and you need to understand what does it mean by emotional intelligence. I have given here. Emotional intelligence is your ability to acknowledge your own emotions. That's one thing. There's another part. Recognize emotion of others. Okay, so you acknowledge your own emotion. What does it mean? You know how you are feeling, your own emotions, and at the same time, you can recognize, okay, you can detect the emotions of the other person. And having this knowledge of your own emotion and the other person's emotion, what to do? Okay, okay. Now this is the time that you need to use this knowledge of being able to identify the other's emotion and your own emotion to develop the behavior, to come up with a behavior which is actually suitable for that particular circumstances, for that particular situation. So your student just now, Nabila and friends, we did mention about the behavior. Okay, so the core things of your behavior is your EI, emotional intelligence. Okay, what you portray, what people see from the outside, the root is actually here. Okay, your own emotion. Okay, so I proceed to the next one. So these are some of the categories of EI, emotional intelligence. The first category is self-awareness. Okay, self-awareness. What does it mean? It means that you are able to identify your own emotions. Okay, you are able to identify that your own emotion. Okay, let's for now. How do I feel now? Okay, and then so am I happy? Am I sad? Okay, so that is self-awareness. Okay, when you start to know your own feeling, your own emotion, and how it works, then I know when I am sad, I will be like this or like that. When I'm angry, I will be like this or I will be like that. So knowing your own emotions is self-awareness. Under this emotional intelligence is self-awareness. Right. So you might be wondering why Madam Samsiah is telling us about all these things. Okay, the thing is, your friends just now mentioned about behavior. Okay, there's so many things that she elaborated on behavior. So your behavior, whatever thing that you portray through your behavior, through your attitude, comes from all this. Okay, your emotional intelligence. So this is something that you need to develop. Okay, your own emotional intelligence, you need to develop that, because when you understand clearly, you can improve your social interaction. Okay, you can improve your social interaction. You know how to manage. So it comes the next one, another level. The first level would be self-awareness. You know your own emotions, okay, and how it works. And then comes what you call as self-regulation. So self-regulations deal with your ability to manage and you handle your own emotions. Okay, just now you know that you are angry. Okay, when somebody talk over you, so you are angry with that. So at the level of self-awareness, you know that you're angry. At the level of self-regulation, you now start to think of how to handle your emotions. So you might be telling yourself, oh, I need to calm down. Okay, calm down in this particular situation. So if you don't calm down, what do you think what the behavior will be like? Okay, you might be chasing people with parang or whatever. Okay, so that is not good. So if you can manage your own anger, like just now, you know that I'm angry and I have to manage my anger, then you are self-regulating yourself. Okay, you are now calming down yourself, so you are at the stage of self-regulation. Okay, meaning you know what to do. You start to learn on how to handle, okay, your own emotion. And then that's what we have here is motivation. So one thing about motivation, you must understand. Yeah, motivation is something inside us. We are sometimes you will be saying that I feel so motivated, okay, to look forward for this particular session. I'm not so sure is it true or not, but then hopefully lah. So hopefully so. Right? And I myself also feel motivated as well, because this is such an exposure to me and get to know the students of Indonesia. Yeah, and because before this we had a similar session with students from India, okay, and that's a different group already. So now it will be my another session with students from Indonesia. Yeah, and we are more or less much closer in the sense that we share a lot of things, similar things, because of the regions that we are living in the same region. Yeah, so this motivation, what I'm trying to highlight here, there are two different factors of motivation. One would be external, another one would be internal motivation. So what does it mean by external motivation? Now, external motivations means there are some outside elements. Let's take, for example, you want to become a tour guide. Okay, you want to become a tour guide. Why you want to become a tour guide? Because you learn that those who are in this particular field, they gain a lot of money or something like that. Okay, they are being paid a large sum of money. Okay, money is an external motivation. Okay, or maybe status. Okay, why I want to further my studies at University Merdeka Malang. I want to gain diploma. So you will feel that yeah, to a certain extent, when I get my diploma, I will be I have gained certain status already. Okay, in in the society already, because I belong to the group of people who have diploma or who have degree, okay, meaning academic qualification. So that is what we call as external factor as well. So what we are looking into, what we are looking at in this particular EI is actually more on the internal motivation. Okay, I actually look into Goldman's model. So he said that the key component is actually your internal motivation. Internal motivation means what? It's your own, most probably your own self-achievement. Okay, something that comes within you. Okay, you want to see or you want to make some achievement in yourself. Okay, you want to prove something. Okay, and this particular internal motivation is a stronger driver for you to achieve your goal. Okay, so if you feel that you would like to climb the corporate ladders, okay, meaning you would like to gain a much higher status or maybe job, okay, but much better to be promoted, for example. So you know that you know that monetary is one particular aspect, money, getting promoted meaning getting more salary, right? So that is the external. So you might not get, so you might not be promoted for that particular year, but you keep on trying, you keep on improving yourself, and one of the elements that you want to improve would be your social skills. Why you do that? Because you want to prove to yourself, I can actually be at that particular level. Okay, I can be at that particular status or whatever that you are trying to achieve in your life. Okay, so the internal motivation, okay, is a stronger driver, okay, that will always push you forward, okay, that will always motivate you, right? So in whatever ways or in whatever things that you want to do in your life, so make sure that you have both. It is best if you can have both, okay, but then the one that will actually help you a lot later on in your life will be your internal motivation. Okay, next we have empathy. So your friends mentioned about this. Okay, I couldn't recall the name, but then during the presentation just now, okay, she highlighted about empathy. So empathy is you are being aware of the emotions of others. Okay, so meaning you develop the skills to recognize how other people are expressing themselves. Okay, if they are sad, how do they express their sadness? Okay, if they are frustrated, how do they express their frustration? Okay, so you recognize how they actually expressing themselves. Okay, so what's the point to know that? Okay, it will help you to understand if you are actually working like this, like the picture that I'm showing you, okay, in a group like this, and you can see someone who is actually not feeling not happy. Okay, the rest are so happy, so energetic. Okay, but there's one person who is not so. So when you are able to recognize that particular person who is not actually happy at that particular time, so meaning to say that your social skill at that particular time is already good. Okay, you manage to identify, you have this what we call as empathy. Okay, you can recognize, okay, how they are actually expressing themselves. Okay, and it helps a lot later on when you start working, because it helps the company as well. Okay, if you're working, like for example, you know that some companies tend to face a lot of problem with staff not they have what you call this as burnout, experiencing burnout. So in that particular context, you need to find the root cause of burnout among your staff. Why is it important Because if you fail to identify that, the root cause, then your company will be affected. It's not only affecting you. You might not, you dislike those kind of environment that you were saying in front of you. But if you do not do anything with that, you do not react to that, then sooner or later the company will suffer. Okay, right. So empathy is also one skill under social skills. So it comes from the inner side of you. Yeah, right. Then socialization. Okay, deals with your ability to steer relationship or to navigate social situation. Okay, it does not mean that when you have this ability to steer or to navigate the social situation in your office, yeah, it does not mean that you are controlling them. Okay, it's just that it gives you the understanding how you yourself can fit in with these people. Okay. All right. Right, next. So done with these categories of AI. I'm sure that if there are a lot of things that you can share, you can just share with me afterward. Yeah. So I am also would like to learn from you guys as well. So these are the benefits of having strong social skills. Okay. The benefits of having strong social skills, and I believe that yeah, we can assume that this has some factual things as well. The facts about having good social skill or strong social skill. Okay, and I'm not going to really elaborate on this much, but then yeah, just go through them one by one. More and better relationship, meaning once you manage to develop a good or better relationship with others, you can advance far in your life. So what does it mean, advance far in your life? Meaning you can go further in terms of your career. You can get the job. If you don't get a job, you go for a job interview, you can get a job. Okay, and then you can get promoted if you're already working and you would like to be promoted. Again, you can get promoted. Okay, because of your social skills just now, and you can make a lot of friends. And at the end of the day, what happened to you? If you get promoted, you get more friends, and then definitely you will feel happy and satisfied, right? Okay. So another benefit, better communication. So when you are improving your social skills, you are actually improving your communication. Okay, your communication skills. Okay, because you cannot take away communication skill from social skills. It is actually interrelated. It is embedded. I would say embedded. Yeah, so it comes together, right? So you can improve. You can get better communication. Inshallah, yeah. As you improve your social skill, you will realize that sooner or later you are actually at the same time improving your communication skills. And then greater efficiency. So what does it mean here? If you are good with people, you can more easily avoid being with the people you do not like. Okay, so it was both ways. Okay, if you are good with people, you can get closer, or if you're good with people also, if you're good in this particular with this particular social skills, you know how to avoid. Because sometimes people just do not know how to avoid. I'm trying to avoid this particular person, but you do not know how to do it. Okay, so if you're good in your social skill, you will know how to avoid. Okay, without hurting the other person. Okay, so and then advancing your career prospect. Yeah, this is definitely, yeah. So if your social skill is good, is very strong, inshallah, yeah, you will be able to advance. You will be successful in advancing your career. Okay, and because why? Because most of the jobs, you will be dealing with people. Okay, dealing with people meaning you will have to improve on your social ability, right? And then that's the benefits. And that's the benefit of me. The overall is top of everything is happiness at the end of the day. So you get along well with people, you understand people well, you can respond to them in the right way. You know your position, whether you are the boss, whether you are the superior, you are the subordinate, whether you are dealing with your own colleagues, and you know how to deal with parents at home, with siblings, okay, that kind of social life. Yeah, so it will increase your own happiness if you're able to do to do well with your social skills. So I think that's all. Yeah, that is all from me. And do you have any question? So I stop sharing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Madam Samsiah. That was a great explanations. Yeah, you know, guys, that Madam Safina is very humble. A lot of informations we can acquire actually. Yeah, you know, Madam Samsiah, it gonna be fun listening your material. I mean, it's like listening my lecturer giving me the presentations. And it is very serious actually, Madam Samsiah. And being I mean, social skill, I can conclude that social skill teach us on how to analyze people, expressions, gestures, or maybe body movement. We all need to believe that human is social creatures. Yeah, we know that actually we want to be known, we want to be understood by others, but we have to understand the goal of social skill is about to communicate and interact with others. But we need to believe that actually being skilled in social, we can actually impact and affect others. So by nowadays was that experience, social skill not only be trained by direct conversations like we have today, but we can use our social media. So that's why we need to very careful in publish something in social media. It's like Instagram or maybe TikTok. And actually, how to practice social skill, I can also conclude that there are maybe so many activities that we can use to train. It's like engaging with others by communicating, and then also observing others people skill in terms of social, and also we do not need to was that I mean we need to do not forget the listening skill. By listening more, we're gonna have more exposure also. Yeah, and actually, Madam Samsiah has also mentioned that the benefit of being socially skilled is having many relationships, better career in life, and also more happiness. Yeah, this is very good, Madam Samsiah. I really enjoy the presentations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, and we're gonna move to the Q&A sessions, and we still have maybe 20 minutes to do these sessions. And of course, for the audience who want to ask to us, you can click the raise hand button on, or you may chat on the chat box. Okay. Do anybody want to ask? Okay, yeah, maybe I can start from the Asis Sapira. Asis Sapira, take your time, please. Asi, we cannot hear your voice. No. Okay, while waiting, Asis Sapira, was that reconnect the audio tools? We may move to Fiona Ananda.
Okay, thank you for letting me ask. So what is my question is that you mentioned before, social skills is about to interact with others. So, and there are some people that are introvert, which means they didn't have a lot of interact with others. So what if we talk to them, but they just reply to us shortly or just like even didn't care to us, like what we supposed to do?
Yeah, so but Fiona ask Madam Samsiah, how can introvert people interact with others?
Yeah, how introvert people that we sometimes introvert people like didn't talk too much, right? So what if we talk to them but they just reply us shortly or even didn't care about us, like that? Yeah.
Right. Okay. May I respond straight away? Anam, yeah?
Of course.
Okay.
You can directly respond.
All right, thank you, Fiona. Thank you for that question. Yeah. So of course, this is identifying or recognizing friends who are introvert and extrovert is a skill already. Okay, when you are able to identify that your friend, this particular friend is an introvert person, and this particular friend is extrovert person, is already part of social skills. Okay, that you have actually acquired. So when you know that we cannot change that. Okay, because that is their, not to say that their identity, that is them. Okay, they are either they are introvert or whether they are extrovert. So there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, it's not that being introvert that you're not good, being extrovert that you are always good. No, it's not really so. Okay, so sometimes we can see that those who are introvert perform better or do better in certain field, and those who are extrovert, they have their own areas that are actually excellent, and most probably in another field that they are not that good. Okay, so meaning these are the things that what we call as something that we have to deal with. Okay, we have to learn to deal with. So when you know that your friends is actually introvert, okay, you don't have to force that person to speak just like you, to become an extrovert just like you. Cannot. Okay, and if you were to do that, definitely after some time you will realize that the friend will try to break away from you. Because why? Because she will feel that, oh, I cannot. Okay, I cannot be in that particular category. Okay, I cannot change myself to be really extrovert like you. Okay, and why people become introvert and extrovert, there are many reasons behind it. Okay, it can be because of their background. It can be because of their exposure. Okay, you have to look into all these elements, why they become like what they are, the way that you see them. Okay, so you yourself need to learn on how to approach the introvert. Okay, you yourself, since you already know, so you need to learn how would be the best way should I approach this introvert person. When you work later on, you will see this kind of people within your company. Okay, you will see there are some staff who are very extrovert, okay, outspoken, that category. Okay, and you will see that there are some staff who are just introvert, like what you said just now. But they are not to say that they are not good. They are good in their own way. So you need to know how to deal with them. Okay, if you need to give the task to them, if you are the boss or you are the superior, then you need to know what kind of task should you give to someone who is introvert, and what kind of task should I give to someone who is extrovert. If you give the task that you usually give to the extrovert, you give that kind of task to someone who is introvert, it's not going to work well. You will not get the same the same result. Okay, you will not get the same result from an introvert. Okay, if the person is actually the introvert, you ask her, okay, to become the MC for that particular event. Okay, usually for the event, yeah, for to become the MC, yeah, the one who actually or the event manager, whatever. Usually they will be among those who are extrovert. So if you were to pick someone who is actually introvert to do that, who will suffer? You yourself. Your company will suffer. So that's why you need this particular social skills. You need to be able to understand. That's why I teach just not emotional, Okay, we have this emotional intelligence. So you are applying your emotional intelligence already. How you manage to identify your friends? Okay, this is introvert, this is extrovert. Okay, now knowing that, what to do? That will come back to you. How you react to that? How you what will be your action after that will depend on what the knowledge that you have discovered just now regarding your friends. So it's you who need to learn how to handle these people. Okay, is that clear? Have I answered your question? Okay, so the thing is, how you said just now how to approach them, right? So you need to learn that on how to approach them. Okay, you can go and talk to them, but you cannot expect that they will respond the same way like an extrovert person responding to you. And what to do? Are you going to shout to that person? Are you going to get mad to that person? No. If you were to get mad, what will be the indication there? It will indicate that you yourself have not mastered your social skill. Okay, you do not learn on how to manage your own anger. Back to self-regulation just now. Clear? Okay.
Okay, thank you for the answer.
You're welcome. You're most welcome. Right?
Okay, thank you, Madam Samsiah and Fiona, about the questions. And it can be simply conclude that being skilled socially doesn't mean that we need to attract, we need to perform, we need to be, what is that, very sociable person. But being skilled socially is also meaning that we need to observe and understand the people feelings.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Very true.
So it's not only being what's that sociable and also attractive, but understand people feeling and empathy is the way we can socially skill in terms of environment.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The second questions may be Adinda Putri.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Anam, and good morning to Madam Samsiah from Kedah, Malaysia. And good morning to all of my friends here, of course. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to ask a question. My name is Adinda from Diploma 3 of Tourism. Okay, so my question is, with the development of technology, does it affect the interpersonal skills or social skills themselves? And are there differences in interpersonal skills in the past with the present and maybe in the future? Thank you.
Okay, Adinda ya, Adinda Putri Mustika. Nice name ya. Meaning you will remain young forever, huh? Adinda. Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, Adinda. Okay, talking about technology. Okay, this is just a platform. It is just a platform for people to communicate. Understand it? It's just a platform. Okay, our understanding is that we are the sender. Okay, in our context, we are a person who relate a message. In that particular context, we are the sender. And then the one who receives our message is actually the receiver. Okay, and using the technology, whether you're using TikTok, you're using the Instagram, what else? Facebook,
yes.
Twitter, what else? Anam? I do not know. There's so many today. So those are what we call as platform media. It is just a mean. Okay, it is just a form of platform that you use to send your message. Previously, what happened is that during my time, before we have internet, before we even have internet, the platform is just to have a notice put up on the notice board to announce any meeting. That was during my time, when I started working, also long ago. It was in 1997, 1994. I started working in 1994. It was the only me. And we don't have this handphone, right? We do during our time, we don't have this. Okay, it is not easy to get that kind to be exposed to information, but today it's so easy to send messages. Okay, so easy to send messages, and you can use just any platform. Okay, now talking about the different platform. As I said, remember, I said just now, it is just a platform. Okay. The way you react to the message is the same, because it comes back to your own emotional intelligence. Okay, I mentioned just now, it is a core thing. Okay, it's a emotional technology. Emotional intelligence is actually the core thing that will influence our behavior, how we respond. Okay, all right. So if you are using your platform, you are telling me, you want to tell Madam Samsiah that this is a message. Okay, we are happy with this particular session, right? So you use TikTok. Okay, how do you use TikTok? Maybe you put up a placard, oh, we are happy, you showing this or whatever. So okay, so that is how you do it, right? But the message is actually just to tell me that you are enjoying yourself. Right? You can always say that, send me emails to me, Madam Samsiah, we enjoy your session very much. If you enjoy, if you don't enjoy, you are welcome to say that. Don't worry, All right. It's not that I expect that you are to enjoy my session throughout, No, not necessarily. But I just give an example. Okay, the way I react to it. Okay, now it will be reflecting my own self. It's not reflecting you. It's reflecting myself. How I react to that. Okay, so how I perceive that. Okay, how I perceive, how I interpret your message. It's me. I'm the one who received the message. Okay, on your part, what happened is that the platform will definitely affect the message to a certain extent. It will affect the message. Okay, how does it affect? If you were to send the message through email, I cannot see your face. I cannot see that you are dancing to show that you're happy. Okay, so if you send me that TikTok that you are dancing, saying that you're happy, then I get other message. I get other message there as well. Okay, I can read or whatever things, or you are showing a placard or whatever, saying that you are happy with that. Okay, I get the message that you are happy. But at the same time, I'm also interpreting another message. Through what? You are sending your message not only verbally. Yes, everything. Okay, you show your the whole thing. Most probably your attire, right? Most probably your expression, your facial expression. Yeah, yes. The whole thing. So you must understand, I am the one who received. You are opening up yourself for me to interpret you. I learned many things from from the nonverbal message. And that's why you have to be careful when you send through social media, because people read more. But the main message is there. The main message is there. But that is not the only message that your receiver receives. So on your part, when you discover that I receive more than what I'm supposed to receive, what are you going to do? Is that what your intention is? Do you have that kind of intention that I receive all these messages? Or you only have one message, that I receive this particular message, that you are happy, that's all. So it comes back to you. This is coming back to my one of the elements that I spoke just now, regarding what was that? You need to take a look at how is it that is impacting, how you can actually improve. How you can actually improve. your communication. Okay, when you intend, your intention is to send only this particular message, but your receiver is receiving more than what they are supposed to receive. So that means there is something wrong there. Okay, if you were to look into my slides, most probably, if I'm mistaken, my second or third slide or something like that. Okay, which I talk on how you need to look into the methods of communication. Okay, all right. So the youngsters nowadays, I realize this, that youngsters nowadays, they are not really aware of this. Okay, they put at the top is the satisfaction of doing something. Okay, and they do not take into consideration of some other elements that you do not really realize that you are actually exposing more than what you are supposed to expose, and that can be dangerous depending on if you are working with a certain company, yeah, and they are very concerned about you, about the workers, not to expose much, and it seems like through your message, because you are not that attentive enough, okay, you are not that careful enough, you are showing some elements which are not supposed to be exposed. So that will actually show the level of your social skills. Okay, you should understand it is goal oriented. Okay, I said just now, yes, social skills is actually goal oriented. What is your purpose? You need to know what is your purpose. What you want. If you want only one particular message to be imparted to the other party, make sure that that is the only message that they receive, not others. Okay, so that is should I say drawback of social media, and there are of course some advantages of. A lot of advantages, in fact, yeah, regarding this social media, because one of the things is like this, we can have this session. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Thank
you, Madam Samsiah, for the response.
Okay, thank you,
Adinda. It's really valuable for me. Thank you, and have a nice day.
You too.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I have concluded that there is no differences between being skilled socially in the real life and also in the internet or maybe metaverse in this time. The method, the way we communicate and interact are totally the same. There is no differences. But the only one different is on the media we use directly and also indirectly. Yeah, thanks again to Madam Samsiah about the answer. We are now actually we don't have any time anymore, but if it is possible, I'd like to give one more questions to the audience. Is it okay, Madam Samsiah?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay, maybe we can. I can choose Eva Avilia. Eva Avilia, are you there? Eva?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please directly ask your questions.
All right. Good morning, Mr. and Madam Chairman and distinguished guests. I am Eva Avilia from Diploma English Department, and I would like to ask you about if we have good social skills and consider as social butterfly, but in the office, but somehow we can be overused by our boss maybe, and how to deal with that, because like our boss feels like, oh, you are capable to do all the things, and besides you are what is called, I mean, yeah, you can do whatever the boss said, and yeah, just because you are a social butterfly and you are good at people, how to deal with that.
Okay, Eva Afilia,
Yes.
may I ask something? Is that your own experience?
It's not only my experience, but all my friends experience those kind of feelings.
Okay, thank you, Eva.
Okay.
So, Madam Samsiah.
Yeah. Okay, Eva, do you feel being bullied there?
It's not bully, but it's more like overuse.
Overuse, okay. Another way, polite way of saying it. Okay, fine. All right, yeah. Now, based on that particular situation, yeah. So how am I to react to that? Based on my understanding is that you are actually a capable person. Okay, that's why your boss is actually asking you to do more tasks as compared to others. Most probably your task requires, you are an extrovert most probably to a certain extent, and it seems like for this particular task you need to be you need someone who has this kind of ability or skills, right, to handle that kind of task, right? And I would feel that it is not wrong. Okay, don't feel so sad. No? If I'm the boss, I will feel that, oh, it's not wrong. Why? Because I'm choosing the right person to do that particular task. If I were to have you, who is actually very good at doing this kind of particular task, compared to another person who is actually, I know that it's not going to work well. So might as well, because most probably in my mind at that particular time, I'm thinking about the profit of my company. So, yeah, right. This is one situation. Yeah, I'm thinking about the profit of my company. So in that particular context, okay, I feel that it is not wrong for me to ask you to do the task. Okay, but from the social perspective, okay, and ethics, working ethics, you cannot forever let the staff, this one particular staff, ever to do those tasks till the rest of her life. Cannot, okay, because anything can happen. If you are a good employer, you must think the future of your company. What if ever one day resign from my company? I'm going to lose the skills, someone with the skills. So I should be thinking of, if I'm the employer, I should be thinking of giving training to my other staff to be as good as you are. That should be my planning. And this one is actually requiring me to be good at my own social skills as well. Okay, I need to understand the situation. I need to understand the whole thing. Okay, and in your part as well, in your part, okay, on your part, yeah, if you feel that you are being bullied, okay, to a certain extent, you have the right to voice out. Okay, you have the right to voice out that particular situation. It's not that you have to keep forever, no, right? We have labor law. I'm sure that over there in Indonesia, right, you have labor law to protect the workers. Okay, so you can utilize this. You have labor staff association. You can talk to this particular association, okay, to look into this particular matter. And then if it is proven that your boss is actually utilizing you excessively, okay, right, without any consideration, right, in that particular context, you can raise your complaint there. It's not wrong, because you have the right as an employee, okay, to do that. You can complain, but then definitely there will be some risk of doing that. But then again, these are all the elements that you need to understand when you start working, the workplace environment, okay. And but then another perspective, another angle, yeah. If you are being utilized in such a way, and you will be, and you are also at the same time being paid handsomely, Okay, you're being paid handsomely, and meaning you deserve because of your participation, because of your involvement in that particular task. Okay, and you have been doing a lot of those stuff, and you have been awarded, okay, or rewarded for your contribution to the company. Well, it's up to you whether you would like to perceive that as something wrong or something something acceptable. So it depends on the situation. You have to look at that particular angle. It is not a one particular solution can solve all the problems. No. Okay, you need to look at your own self. Okay, if you are talking about social skills, you perceive the situations is like that, but your boss might be perceiving in a different way. So the best way is actually back to what Islam has actually taught us. Muzakarah. Meaning what? Talk to your boss. You know that you have been paid handsomely for your participation, but you just couldn't bear with that. It's too much. Sometimes you just couldn't say no to your boss. Okay. So if you feel that is so, go and talk. Don't be afraid. I would encourage you because throughout my life here, if I disagree on something, I raised my disagreement. But when I raised, it is not for me to expect that all my opinion to be accepted there and then. But it is just to make sure that they realize. Okay, they realize of what is happening. Sometimes they fail to realize that. Okay, because of what? Back to empathy just now. Okay, back to that particular emotional intelligence. So you can actually do that, but do on top of everything, make sure everything is actually done politely. Okay, in a good way. Do not go there and bang the door, start fighting, shouting to your boss. Why you give this? You don't have to do that. Okay, open for discussion. The best one is open for discussion. Maybe you can also suggest that, boss, it's time for you to train others. Okay, or you can also ask me to train. I can train them to be like me. That would be something good, right? So that's it. My answer, Eva.
Pretty enough. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, Eva, you should be very grateful of being chosen to finish the works. Actually,
I am. I have to show what kind of skill that I have. I have not to show so many skill that I have, so I'm not overused.
Yeah, but at the same time, Eva should also train to say no. I mean, only for make the boss realize that it is not your job, it is not your capability to do it, and of course, but saying no is not always by having the raw intonations. No, it's like, yeah, you can use very humble expressions like, no boss, it is not my job, it is blah 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 and blah blah blah. This is how the social skill works.
Yeah. Social skills. True.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks again to Madam Samsiah. I need to conclude again by understanding the explanations. We can personally conclude that the social skill cover anything in our daily life, such as how we dress, how we speak, how we stand, how we express, or even see. And it can be done by verbally, by using technology or not using technology. Yeah, it is what we can conclude from hearing this the Madam Samsiah explanations. Again, I like to show my honor and big thanks to Madam Samsiah for her explanations in social skill. I do hope that we can arrange the similar program to the bond relationship between our campus and maybe for me personally.
Inshallah, sure.
And this is the end of our collaborative teaching program. Thank you for the attendance. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and goodbye everybody. Thank you, Madam Samsiah.
Wassalam. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Pak Anam.
Terima kasih, Madam Samsiah.
Thank you very much. Sama.
Oke, Pak Anam. Pak Anam?
Iya. Kenapa Bu Widya?
Oke, nggak apa-apa. Tidak apa-apa, tidak apa-apa.
Sudah boleh live?
Oke, nanti videonya kami share ya di
sip.
apa namanya?
Pengen upload di YouTube deh.
Apa?
Pengen upload di YouTube. Gila, bagus banget. Terima kasih ya Kak Ui atas sarannya. Jangan kapok ya undang saya. Serius, ini.
Ya.
Aduh, kayak kuliah lagi, seneng saya.
Terima kasih. Coba tadi ada yang ketinggalan sedikit foto, tapi kan kita bisa ambil dari recordednya tadi.
Oh iya, Rek, Kak ngomong.
Sudah ada fotonya tadi bersama.
Aku udah ini
kami
sudah,
ambil.
Udah
saya screenshot kok. Sudah kami screenshot.
Tadi aku juga sudah sih, udah punya arsip beberapa.
Oke, sip, kami juga ada.
Oke,
nanti kami share ya. Terima kasih. Ya, terima kasih anak-anak. Terima kasih semuanya.
Assalamualaikum.
Undur diri dulu. Assalamualaikum.